Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the last 3 series that we sent you in this 4-part series of presentation and platform skills. Now, the question that I have for you with this last one is, how would you want to be the person who, when you get up to speak, everybody, and I mean everybody in that room is like, wow. How would you want to learn what the greatest speakers in the world do? How would you want to know what makes the difference? How would you want to be the kind of person who knows that, you know what, I know my stuff, and when I get up to speak, I am confident enough to know that I am going to move people, I'm going to make a difference, I am going to get people to take action. By the way, if you're getting up to speak for any reason other than inspiring and getting people to take action, what's the point? So, like I promised you, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to present to you the 5E's. And these, ladies and gentlemen, come from over 10,000 hours of studying and finding out, what do the greatest presenters do? What are those 5 things that, you know what, when you include these in your journey to become a great presenter, whatever you're going to be, whether you want to be a leader, a politician, just a person who leads a company or a trainer in a company, the 5E's will make a difference for you. So the first one, oh, by the way, I hope you watched the other 3 videos, because if you didn't, hey, there's some links down here, just go on them and there's some good information, you might learn something. So moving on, the first E, ladies and gentlemen, is you gotta have energy. What do I mean? I always tell people in my seminars when we start off that, hey, I have a track record. Nobody ever sleeps in my seminars, and you are not going to break that record. Now, I say that as a joke and people laugh about it, but I know that, hey, my energy on stage determines the energy of the group. So if I have good energy, I am standing well. If you look at me, I'm always in a great stance. I am breathing well. Most importantly, I am moving. I have movement on edge. You know, when I'm on stage, if you've seen any of my, I think there'll be a couple of clips somewhere on the internet or something. When I'm training 200, 300 people, I am moving on stage because my energy determines the energy of others. If you look at some great presenters, some great trainers out there, the Anthony Robbins, the Brennan Burchards, you know, you've got 900 people in the room. You got to move. You got to have energy, because energy creates charisma. Energy produces something else. You know, your energy gets, is like a balance between you and your audience. The better your energy, the more you're going to be able to engage your audience. So number 1 is energy. That is the first E. Number 2 is emotion. What do I mean? You know, sometimes you get presenters who come on and they're like wooden, and they just come and deliver a written speech like 12 pages, and they're just reading and reading and reading, and there's no emotion. And you know, what does that do? I mean, you think about it. Remember the last time you sat in a presentation where the guy just read, there was no emotion, there was no humor, there was nothing. You know, what does that do? How does it make you feel as a person in the audience? Not very good, is it? So you got to have emotion. You remember in the last series I told you, if you're going to engage people, you got to tell them stories. Some of those stories could be sad stories. Some of them could be happy stories. And if you want to encourage people, you're not just going to come and have no emotion and tell them, yeah, you guys can do it. Yeah, let's go. No, you got to get motivated yourself. You got to be on top form. You got to get into the state. You got to present some emotion. You know, sometimes if you're telling a story and it is a sad story, you got to get into that emotion. Sometimes you have to get your audience to be a little bit emotional, because maybe it is that emotion that is going to spark them to do something about their lives. So you got to add a lot of emotion. You know, there's a great presenter that I attended. I attended a great presentation recently in San Antonio, and this guy was teaching a millionaire mindset, and he tells a story of how him and his wife were waiting to have a baby, and unfortunately the baby didn't come. The guy gets to a certain stage and he begins to cry, and you could tell the entire audience was with him. They could feel his pain. What kind of emotions are you going to put in your presentations? Think about it. Because that makes you not only human, but it creates a connection with your audience. It makes it look like, you know what, this guy is not so far away, he's part of us, he's human, he's got connection. And with connection, you go to the next level of being able to get your audience to do what they want to do. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, you got to encourage. What do I mean? The old way of presenting and being a presenter and public speaker is you just come on. I know in my industry, because some of you might know, I have been in this industry for the last 15 years, and in this particular market, guess what? I have been able to obliterate most of my competition. Why? Because I've taken the message from just talking at people. Why? You got to be able to encourage people. You got to be able to respect where they are. You got to be able to encourage them on the journey, because it's not easy sometimes. You know, you didn't get where you got to easily. So there's certain people who might be struggling. And you'd be surprised, even multi-millionaires could have a struggle with their relationship, or could have a struggle with their energy. You know, there's a gentleman I met recently, he's a multi-millionaire, but he's struggling with his weight. He's struggling because, guess what? He can't move. He doesn't have the energy to move as much as he used to. So me as a coach, I had to encourage him. But it's the same thing when you get on stage. Encourage your guys. You know, in your entire presentation, encourage people to take action. Tell them it's going to be okay. Tell them it's going to be better. Why? The world is so full of crap sometimes. So you got to encourage people that, hey, we can go to a better place. We can make things happen. Me and you can go and create a better life, because all of us are looking for that one thing that is happiness in life. So encourage people to go to that level. Number 3, you got to have some fun. Come on, you got to enjoy. That is the 4th E, by the way. You got to enjoy what you do. What do I mean? Without enjoyment, guess what? You will be wooden. You won't be able to connect. You won't be able to come up with ideas. You know, when I get on stage, some of my greatest presentations and or workshops are when I'm having a lot of fun. Why? I crack jokes. I laugh at myself. I do whatever it takes. Most people, I have fun. Why? That is me being myself. And guess what? If you're not being yourself on stage, they will see through you. They certainly will. So have some fun. Enjoy yourself. You know, crack the jokes. Get out to the audience. You know, I tell people the movement is not just about on stage. No, get out with the people. Give a high five. Do whatever it takes. When we do team building events, I get involved. I do what I have to do when we do a firework. Why? Because I got to enjoy myself. The more I enjoy myself, the more I am able to serve others. So as you become a great presenter, as you continue to improve and become better as a speaker, presenter, trainer, remember to enjoy yourself. If you don't enjoy yourself, you know, it becomes harder. You know, you struggle to find ways of getting new information. But when you're enjoying yourself, somehow the universe finds a way to give you some more stuff. Why? You're in a good state, you're in a good karma, you're going to attract more of those good things. So remember to enjoy yourself. And finally, the 5th E, sorry, is you got to evaluate. What do I mean? You always have to evaluate all your presentations as you grow, as you become better. The moment you ever say that you are there and that's it, that's the beginning of the end. The moment you think you know it all, that's the beginning of the end. Why? You got to get feedback. You got to get feedback and say, how did I do? What can I do to improve? What else happened there? You know, in 99.99% of all the presentations I make, I give out feedback forms. Why? I want to know how we did. Not just to rub my ego, but for me to get better. Why? I am here to serve. My job, my mission is to be able to make a difference. How am I going to make that? By being able to talk to as many people as possible. If I am not becoming better by getting the feedback and changing and doing what other people are telling me to, what is the point? So you got to evaluate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. The 5 E's. I told you it was going to be a short one. The 5 E's. Number 1, energy. Creates charisma. Brings some life into the presentation. Number 2, you got to have emotion. If it is sad, you got to go there. If it is a happy moment, you got to go there. Sometimes if you want to inspire people, you got to go in a state of inspiration and say, come on, we can do it. Okay? Number 3, you got to encourage. You got to encourage people. And in encouraging people, you honor their journey. You're able to go where they are and lift them up and say, hey, we can go make it. Everybody needs encouragement at any one stage in their lives. Everybody needs encouragement. So you as a speaker, presenter, trainer, mother, leader, whatever you are, make sure in your presentations you encourage people. Number 4, enjoy. Have some fun, have a blast. If anything else, you get there, you forget the words, just have a blast, nobody will notice. You know, I've been doing it for so long that sometimes I go in and I forget what I'm about to say, but somehow, boom, I'm having a fun, I'm having a good time, and kicks in. And then finally, evaluate. Get feedback. No, hey, you know, if I get feedback, I was told I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. That is how you begin to build up your abilities to speak until you get to, you know, those stages where you're at a level where everybody's like, you know what, I want to go and listen to that guy, because guess what, that guy makes sure that you learn something, he entertains you, you enjoy, and he's a very effective speaker. So ladies and gentlemen, those are your 5 E's, and we come to the end of this series. I hope you have enjoyed them. I hope you've had as much fun as we have here. We've been recording, changing lighting, and doing all these things, and in all that we've been doing, we've been saying, hey, what else can we do to help you guys to not only get better? And one of the reasons that I put this series together is number one, and I mentioned it in the first video, ladies and gentlemen, your ability to present your ideas, your ability to stand up and sell your ideas is in direct correlation with your success in life. Your ability to have the confidence to get up in front of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 people, 1,000 people and talk and convince and be powerful and be engaging inevitably will do something about your ability to earn some money. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, when you build your self-confidence and self-esteem, that is almost 60% of life success. Why? I told you the story when we started here, ladies and gentlemen. There was a panel of about 6 multi-millionaires, and each one of them was asked, what is that one thing that made a change for you? And all of them but one mentioned, when my self-esteem and confidence went to the next level, my ability to make money went to the next level. I sincerely hope and pray that you're going to take this on seriously and begin to build your self-confidence and self-esteem and get out there and begin to become a better presenter. And you know, you'd be surprised. Leaders, if you have a team, one of your greatest weapons is to be able to convince them, is to be able to get up and present. If you're a trainer, you just want to learn to be a trainer, guess what? Look at those 3 videos. Put those things in practice. You'll be surprised. If you're a mother, hello, you got some kids, you want to be able to impact them, there you go. Look at the 3 videos and the 4th one. Put those things in practice. If you're an entrepreneur, for example, you want to be able to convince your team to take them places, do what? You got to learn some presentation skills. And which brings me to a great announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, just watch out for the next video, because I think it is high time we did one of these, and it is high time we gave you a great present. Only for those who are going to watch the next one, I'm going to have a big announcement. I'm going to give you a great present, and I'm going to be able to contribute and help you to go to the next level in not only the success in your life, but when you become successful, you give permission to the rest of the people to become successful. When you become successful, ladies and gentlemen, you not only give that permission, but guess what? You bring back what it is that people expect of you. One of the things that I've been going through lately is I've been studying, what do high performers do? One of the things that they do in life is, number one, they go after life like warriors. They go after life with, there's no option, failure is not an option. We're going to go fight this war of life. We're going to go on the battlefield of life. We're going to make sure we do what we have to do to bring back the bread, to bring back the treasures to our families. One of the greatest ways I can share with you is to become a public speaker, become a public presenter, polish up your skills. You know, some of you don't know my story. I mean, I am a self-made man. I was not an A-class student, and yes, I possibly just stumbled into this, and it was just a desire of saying, hey, how can I make a difference? One of the things that has really driven me is, how do I make a difference to the next generation? How do I make a difference to the next generation in that I give them permission to step up? And one of the things that took me to the next level is public speaking and presentation skills. In the next video, I'll share with you some bonuses. I'll share with you a big announcement, and let us together go and make a difference. As I always say, whatever you do, live strong, believe, most importantly, love deeply, and the world can be a better place. Thank you.